In this video, we're going to clarify what is the difference between these three prepositions. Vedle, blízko, u. They all explain where something is, and they are all followed by the genitive case. Take the word škola, school, for example. Škola would be the nominative case. And if you use any of these three prepositions, then the genitive case would be školy. Vedle školy, blízko školy, u školy. All these three prepositions mean that something is not too far from school. But what exactly is that difference? Let's take a look. Jdeme na to. Dobrý den, vítejte na mém kanále Czech by Zuzka, kde vám pomocí angličtiny vysvětluju českou gramatiku. If you say that something is vedle školy, it is next to the school. Something is right next to it. Imagine there is a bakery, pekárna, and there is a school, škola. Pekárna je vedle školy. The bakery is next to the school, right next to it. Blízko is somewhat similar. Blízko means near. We could draw a very similar picture. Tohle je pekárna, tohle je škola. Pekárna je blízko školy. The bakery is near the school. But, you know, the word near is relative. For someone, 1 kilometer is near. For someone, it is far. So we could express this relation by putting a smiley face. Something is close enough for you to be satisfied. You don't have to walk too much, or it doesn't take you too long to drive to there. U means by. Tady je pekárna, tady je škola. Pekárna je u školy. They are kind of next to each other, but it could be in a different direction. It doesn't have to be right next to it, like here. By the way, just in case, my printable ebook, you can also see the chapter on the genitive case, and here is exactly where I explain the difference between vedle, blízko, and u. And I talked about this exact same thing. Let's take a closer look and start with the preposition blízko. Blízko could be translated as near in English. You want to express that you're happy that something is close enough for you to get there quickly. Bydlím blízko nádraží. I live near the station. Blízko, blízko nádraží, and remember I told you that blízko and all the other two prepositions I'm going to talk about today need the genitive case if there is a noun phrase like here. Blízko nádraží, the nominative case is nádraží, to nádraží, and the genitive case is also nádraží, so here is easy. Bydlím blízko nádraží. Škola je blízko centra. The school is near the center. The nominative for the center is centrum, centrum in Czech, and the genitive is centra, blízko centra. It's a special word, a Latin word, that has specific endings. I also discussed this in just in case. Škola je blízko centra, near the center. What is blízko? That's all relative. For someone, it can be 2 minutes on foot. For someone else, it could be 2 kilometers. Now, blízko is also an adverb. That means it doesn't have to be followed by a noun phrase. What that means is that it could also appear at the very end of the sentence. Byli jsme hodně blízko. Blízko is right here. We were very near. We were very close. And we don't have to say near what. We could. In that case, blízko would be a preposition. We could say byli jsme hodně blízko moře. We were very near the sea. So remember that blízko can be an adverb. Just like in English, you can say something is near, and you don't have to say near what. But if you do have a noun phrase, it has to be followed by the genitive case. Remember that. And one quick point about the pronunciation. You might have heard me saying blízko, s. And you heard that correctly. Although we write z, we pronounce it as s. Blízko, blízko, because of the regressive assimilation. If you don't know what this is, you might want to check out my video that I published a few weeks ago. Blízko. Now let's take a look at the preposition vedle. which can be translated as next to or beside. An object is right next to another. They're not exactly touching, but they are right next to each other. Auto stojí vedle domu. The car is next to the house. Stojí vedle domu. Domu is the genitive case for dům. Vedle domu. It means that there is a house and there is a car right next to it. I know, you all can recognize this as a car. Tak, to je auto. Auto stojí hned vedle domu. Vedle domu. Pojď si sednout vedle mě. Come sit next to me. Pojď si sednout vedle mě, next to me. Já is the nominative case, mě is the genitive case. Vedle mě. It's also okay to use vedle at the end of the sentence and not be followed by a noun phrase, like here. Pošta je hned vedle. The post office is right next to it, or is right next door. It could be clear from the context. You could ask, víš, kde je lékárna? Do you know where the pharmacy is? Jo, vím, kde je lékárna. I know where the pharmacy is. Tak, pošta je hned vedle. Okay, so the post office is right next to it. Or we could add, pošta je hned vedle lékárny. Lékárny. And that would be in the genitive case. Remember, vedle also takes the genitive case if there is a noun phrase. And now the mysterious preposition u, which can be translated as by when we say it's by a specific place, or at, and we refer to someone's place. There is a person involved. I'll explain. Let's take a look at these two sentences. Pracuje u řeky. He works or she works by the river. U řeky, řeky is the genitive case. Someone has an office that's near the river. Yes, we could say blízko. It's the synonym of it. U also means it's near. U řeky. He works by the river. Pracuje u řeky. Or you're taking an Uber and you want to tell them, oh, stop here by the yellow building. Zastavte u té žluté budovy is what you can say. Zastavte u té žluté budovy. Ta žlutá budova, that yellow building, that's the nominative case. And u té žluté budovy, that's the genitive case. By the yellow building. Yes, we could say vedle té žluté budovy, next to the yellow building, but maybe there is no space to park right next to it. So you want to say, you know, very, very near that yellow building. Meaning that you will be near that yellow building. You will see that yellow building when you stop. Now, u, as I said, is also used with people when we refer to a person and their place. Either they live there or they work there. So we could say u doktora, at the doctor's office, or u babičky, at grandma's, she lives there. Jsem u doktora. I'm at the doctor's. Doktor, u doktora. U doktora, the genitive case. So this means there is a building or a house. You refer to that place, but you also refer to that person who either works there or lives there. U doktora. Léto jsem trávila u babičky. I would spend summer at my grandmother's. U babičky. Babička, u babičky. We refer to the house where she lives and also to the person. I also discussed the preposition u in one of my videos that were part of the series Czech Prepositions, so you might want to check it out. As you can see, u, blízko and vedle are quite similar. It all depends on the speaker, what they feel is the right way to describe the location. But they all refer to proximity. Now let's practice these prepositions. In this exercise, you're going to practice these three prepositions and also the forms of the genitive case. Or if you're not comfortable with the genitive case, your goal can be just to get that preposition right. It's up to you. As you can see, you have 6 sentences. In each of them, you will complete the right preposition, and then the word in the parentheses will be used in the genitive case. Pause the video Jdeme to zkontrolovat. Let's check it. Číslo 1. Knihovna je blízko školy. Blízko školy. Near the school. Číslo 2. Pes spí vedle postele. Vedle postele, because it's next to the bed. We could also say u postele if it was by the bed. Číslo 3. Jsem u kamaráda. U kamaráda. I'm visiting a place where he lives and I'm visiting my friend. Číslo 4. Bydlíme blízko lesa. Blízko lesa. Near the forest. Číslo 5. Nechtěl bych bydlet u letiště. U letiště. By the airport. If you say blízko letiště, it would mean near the airport. It would mean pretty much the same thing. U letiště also means it's nearby. A číslo 6. Jsme u tety. U tety. We're visiting my aunt and the place where she lives. U tety. That's it. To je všechno. These 3 prepositions are a little bit confusing, but I believe there is also a very similar translation in your language. I gave examples in English and you could see some of them could be interchangeable. So find equivalents in your own language and make a connection, make some visual connections, learn some sentences that you could say. Remember that if you refer to a place where someone lives or works, that will take u. U is also commonly used with restaurants. U 3 koček, at 3 cats, a place where 3 cats live. Or u medvídku, that's another famous restaurant. At the Little Bears. And remember, blízko, vedle, u, near the genitive case. This video was inspired by a question of one of you a few months ago, so thank you for this question. Mějte se hezky a uvidíme se za týden. Ahoj!